Many of you have voiced concerns about the humidity and moisture problems in the wall. However, I do not think this is going to be a big worry because I just got a dehumidifier and it's working really well. There's still a lot of cracks in the building, and so when we get that sealed up, this will work so much better. And I've been putting down plastic to help stop any moisture from coming up. Look what I found in the trash. They were throwing away an entire roll of plastic, an actual vapor barrier. So I'll put that on the floor, and that'll help stop the moisture from coming up. But I do not think there's going to be much of a problem of water condensing on the metal. I don't think a lot of people really fully understand the physics of it, because if I put a piece of plastic over this, it's not going to stop moisture from condensing. It's not. So what we need to do, we need to have it open to allow the moisture to be sucked away from the wall if there ever is any moisture in it. I cannot talk today, so let's just get started on the south wall, which is going to be a lot more tricky than the north wall because there's all the benches and stuff to be in the way. That was kind of English, it'll work. Oh, it smells so good. It's so fresh. So I could spend the effort and the materials to cut a piece of wood to the exact size of this, or I could just take some of this wood that I was going to burn and use it, because no one's going to see this part anyway unless they're looking for it. Then I'm going to fill up this little area with some foam, I guess. how that fits perfectly. I just want to stop the insulation from moving down and compacting too much. So the top part, I kind of messed up the boards so they're kind of uneven, and I figure I can probably just get away with putting a board over it to mesh up with the 2x6 up here. It'll work. So much easier than having to cut a piece custom for that. Look. Oh. So I took a little bit of a break so I could get the flooring further along because we got some bricks. And I also finally did some projects. Because it's a good idea if I'm building a workshop to test it out and to make sure it works right. And Workbench is great for projects, so I'm very happy with this design. Good enough for me. And that's really tightened up the entire wall too. A lot of insulation. You know, I'm really happy that I saved this insulation from the dumpster. I'm going to save more of this. Look at that. Totally by accident. It's going to save me a lot of time because otherwise I would have had to do a lot more cutting to make all these match. Can you tell I've been sharpening my chisel? I've been learning how to do that better and better. Now I don't even need a hammer. Oh, just perfectly. Look at that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at that. I was worried I'd have to cut boards to fit on there, but there's just such a small amount of space. I could just fill that up with some spray foam on the back side. Ah, it's so wonderful. Because I've cut enough lumber so far, and the less I can cut, even though I have the really nice Japanese saw, the better. Oh, I've realized I can actually make this wood go further. Instead of just having one tile behind it, I can use it as a triangular piece, like so. So that'll be the piece I need, and then I have 2 of these to bond more boards together. Probably would have saved a lot more wood if I'd done this from the beginning. I kind of forgot to add the foam insulation back there to seal it up because there is a gap here. So I'm just going to put this here. This video project has been the most roundabout branching video. Forking sounds like fucking. What I mean is, like, I learned that the pile of lumber was all moldy, so that forked into its own video where I got a moisture meter and how to do all that, and that'll be coming. And then there's other stuff like getting bricks for the floor and all this stuff, but it created other problems in other videos in a way that it made this video take like a month to do, and all the other videos kind of wouldn't make sense without this video being out, so it's kind of like holding everything up. And plus, it's just kind of been stuck on my mind. It's like hard to focus on anything else when I have this looming over me. But now it's done, for the most part. I didn't do the top row like I did on the north wall. So I'm going to have another video where I go through and I finish the top black row and I make the shelves. Because that's going to be its own little thing. I will deal with that when I feel more creative energy, and I won't mind like making things more perfect. Whereas now I'm kind of to the point like just like ram the boards together, put some tape behind it, call it a day. And that just wouldn't work very well for the shelves on top. Oops. But I have some really nice lumber for that, and actually I have a lot of nice lumber in general. I have so much lumber that it's almost like Minecraft creative mode. I can just do whatever I want. It's just a matter of actually getting around to doing what I want with it. Now, speaking of the video, I've decided to not cover adding the trim around the door in this video. I have the wood. It's some 1930s trim from some building up in the middle of town. I don't know. My friend Tony, who runs a construction company, dropped it off in my front yard, so I was like, okay, I'll take it. But it has some mold and some paint and stuff, so that'll be its own video. But I think this should make some really nice trim to cover up the section that I added around the door, so in case I ever need to remove the door frame, I can always do that without having to mess with the wall. I am so done with this like cellulose insulation that I'm not going to fill up the top for this video. I'll do that some other time. I'll probably wait a week until I feel like I'm ready to work with this stuff again, because it just gets everywhere, and I'm glad I got it. I probably saved like $500 or $600 doing it. I'm very glad that I have used up so much of the insulation, because I used up probably like 6 or 7 bags of this stuff. And well, first of all, that's pretty much opened up a big section in the back of the workshop. I know that there were like 2 or 3 bags just kind of sitting around, so then now that area is now usable, and the entire top shelf isn't filled with bags of insulation, so now I have a top shelf to use, and it makes me really happy. Can't remember if I said it yet, but the thing that really makes me happy about this is the era of extremely loose organization can end. Because right now, when I stack something up or when I put it somewhere, I know that it's going to have to be moved around, and so I can't really justify spending the time to pack it in really nice. But if I know, like, everything touching this wall will now be final, like, I'm not going to have to move it to do something else, I can now put shelves and little, like, hooks to hold tools and all that stuff behind the workbench. And so now I can have it more finalized, and I can focus on, like, kind of packing everything in to a very efficient thing. Whereas now, like, who knows if, like, in the next video I might have to move everything all the way across the building, so I don't really organize it that well. Looking down at the first floor, that is really not organized very well. But most of that is due to the molding issue. So I had to go through and find the ones that were molding, and evidently 1 or 2 boards was enough to infect all the boards around it. And that makes sense, but I really thought that the lumber was drier when I put it down. But oh well. And that's kind of it. I don't know, maybe just the insulation or just the weather, or maybe I've just been talking too much, but that is enough talking for a while, because I don't know, I think I've talked enough over the past week or so. Most of it probably just to myself, but whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you very much for watching. See ya. I'm gonna go take a nap. You know, if the workshop was any more done, I could take a nap up here. I really could. That's really nice.